Hey guys, let's just jump right into the tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and take some Glam Glow moisturizer and dot that around my face. Prepping the skin before you apply your makeup is extremely important. Now I'm going to take my NARS foundation in the color Fiji, and I'm just going to dot that around my face so I have an even distribution, and then blend that in with my Real Techniques foundation brush. And just make sure that you remember to blend down to your neck. No one ever wants to see any of those lines. Now I'm going to dampen my beauty sponge with some Lush Tea Tree Toning Spray. I love the smell of this stuff, and the purpose of this step is to just get your foundation, making sure that it's in all of your cracks and crevices, and just making sure that it's going to look flawless. Now taking my Kat Von D Concealer in the shade Light, I am just going to apply that under my eye, my nose, Cupid's bow, chin, and of course on the forehead. Now using that same beauty sponge, we're just going to blend all of that out. Just remember, you're going to want to use tapping motions when you're doing this step. Now we're going to go in with that same damp beauty sponge and we're going to set everywhere where we just put the concealer. I tend to crease under my eye, in between my eyebrows, and around my mouth from my smile lines, so I'm definitely going to take some precaution around those areas and really make sure that I set those well. Now remember, when you go in with your beauty sponge and a powder, you don't want your sponge to be too damp. It can change the way that it applies on the face. Now with my MAC stippling brush, I'm just going to blend all that extra translucent powder to set the rest of my face. So for my brows, I like to take a spoolie and just direct all of my hairs going up. Then I just need to add a couple hairs towards the center of my brow, so I like to use this Milani brow pen. It's kind of like a felt tip with ink on the inside. The tone is really nice and it really just gets the look that I'm going for. And then after I'm done with that, I'll take a spoolie and just blend it out so it looks nice and diffused. So now I'm going to take my Wet n Wild angled eyebrow brush and I'm going to dip into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Soft Brown. Over the past couple of years, I've realized that when I'm going to do my brows, I just need to make sure I'm using a good brush. It totally makes a difference in the end result. Now I'm just going to go back in with my spoolie and just blend out if any areas got too harsh or too dark. Now this next step isn't necessarily necessary, but for this look I really wanted my eyebrows to stand out, so I just wanted to take some concealer and carve out the bottom and just really clean up what I just did. Starting off with the peach palette, I'm going to take the color White Peach and I'm just going to set that all over my eye with a fluffy eyeshadow brush. I'm going to be using the color Georgia as my transition color, and you'll see that I'm using a smaller fluffy brush. I wanted that to be a little bit more precise in my crease. Still using the peach palette, I'm going to go in with my fluffy MAC 242 it is, I believe. The markings have completely rubbed off. But I'm going to be just putting that in my outer corner, and then you'll see that I decided to also put it in my inner corner as well. into the Modern Renaissance palette, I'm going to be going in with the color Love Letter with that same small crease brush. And I just want to keep this in my crease, and I'm starting out with a little bit on my brush, and you can always add more. So I'm just trying to keep it as precise and in my crease as possible. I'm taking that same MAC fluffy brush. I didn't add any more eyeshadow onto the brush, but I'm just using it to buff out what I just did. I felt like the look needed something a little bit deeper, so I'm adding the color Venetian Red from the Modern Renaissance palette. And I'm just using a flat fluffy brush to put that on my outer corner. Now I'm just going to give my lid some life, and I'm going to be adding some MAC pigment. I'm not quite sure what the color is. It's a light pink. And we can never forget about that inner corner, so I'm going to be using my favorite MAC pigment in the color Vanilla. I use this for everything. I've used it as a highlight, brow highlight, under eye. It's gorgeous. So now I just need to smoke out my under eye, and I'm basically just going to go back in with the same colors that I did on my crease. So that Georgia Peach color from the Too Faced palette, the Venetian Red, and as well as the Love Letter. I'm taking a lip liner to actually line my waterline. This is MAC's Night Moth lip liner. Now it's time to bronze up the face, and I'm just going to be using a ColourPop bronzer, going around the cheeks, the forehead, nose, underneath the chin, and just making sure everything looks even and blended out. This next step is definitely my favorite part of doing my makeup. I feel like it just brings the look to life. And I'm just going to be highlighting on the tops of my cheekbones, my nose, cupid's bow, and chin. For my eyeliner, I didn't want to use something that was extremely black, so this is an NYC liquid liner, and it has like silver specks in it, so you'll kind of see as I apply it that it kind of has a metallic look to it. Before I apply my mascara, I just like to add a little bit of lash glue to my lashes so the glue can get tacky before I have to apply them. Make sure you put a good coat of mascara on prior to applying your lashes, that way you don't miss anything and you can't see through your lashes. And the mascara that I'm using today is L'Oreal Voluminous in Blackest Black. And for lips today, we're going to be using the Kylie Cosmetics lip kit in the color Love Bite. I absolutely love her liquid lipsticks. I have a couple of them and I definitely recommend them. And here is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is not going to be my last video, so keep a lookout for my next one. See you guys next time.